Hello friends, so we have seen the development of how to construct the development of a prism as well as a pyramid, right? So in this problem we are going to see how we can construct the development of a pyramid where a hole is in the pyramid. Okay, so there is a hexagonal pyramid with a hole and we have to construct the development. Problem is, draw the development of the lateral surface of a hexagonal pyramid of base 30 mm and height 70 mm. It stands on the ground with one of its base edges parallel to VP. A circular hole of 30 mm diameter is drilled through the pyramid in such a way that the axis of the hole is perpendicular to VP and 20 mm above the base. Assume that the axes intersect each other. So this is the problem. Okay. A hexagonal pyramid of base 30 mm and height 70 mm is resting on the ground in such a way that one of its base edges is parallel to VP. In the previous question it was perpendicular to VP, now it is kept parallel to VP. So first we can construct the simple position. Okay, first we can construct the simple position. So in this case, since the base edge is parallel to VP, we can start with the base parallel base edge. B, C, D, E and F. This is the axis line. A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash, O dash, and this is O2 dash. So we have completed the pyramid. So a cylindrical hole is drilled through the pyramid in such a way that its axis is perpendicular to VP and parallel to SP, right? It is given. So axis is perpendicular to VP means in the front view you can see the circle. So in the front view you can see the circle and it is given that the axis is 20 mm above the base. So in the front view 20 mm above the base there is a circle of 30 mm diameter of 15 mm radius. So at a height of 20 from here, draw a circle okay. So at a height of 20 from here, draw a circle of diameter 30. So we can see that this circle has intersected one point here, 1 dash, 1 point here, that is 2 dash, here 3 dash, here 4 dash. Similarly, this circle has also intersected another points through the, actually this 1, 2, 3, 4 are the points, this 1 and 2 are the points on the generator on the slant edge B. Here this 3 and 4 are taken on the slant edge C. Similarly, we will get 4 more points while considering the slant edge F and E. Understood? I took 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, we can take another 4 points also. This 1, 2, 3, 4 are 1 and 2 are lying on the slant edge F. 3 and 4 are lying on the slant edge C. Similarly, we can take another 4 points on F and E that I have indicated here. That I will explain later. So this is the 4 points of the circle. So what we can do is, we know that we can construct the development by taking an arc, by drawing an arc with a radius equal to the length of its true length of its slant edge. So how can you obtain the true length? If the opposite projection is parallel, this will be the true length. See, in this case, this is the true length, this is the slant edge on the right side and its opposite projection O to A is parallel to XY line, which means this is this itself is the true length of the slant edge. Okay, so we have obtained the true length of the slant edge. So as explained before, select a point O2. Run arc by taking this distance. So this is A, by taking this distance. So B, C, D, E, F and A. So that has been constructed, and how can we obtain the 4 points 1, 2, 3 and 4 on the development? You know that transfer this point on the true length line, right? This 4 and 1 should passing through the same point, this 3 and 2 will be passing through the same point, so that we have obtained these points. So take this much distance and mark it on the point B, correct? So take this distance and mark the point, mark that point on B. It will be coming somewhere here. Similarly, we can obtain the point 2 also. So this can be taken as 1, this can be taken as, so this can be taken as 1 and this can be taken as 2. Now I have already told that similar to this point 1 and 2, we will get another 2 point while considering the slant edge through the point F and E, that will also be on the same point. So taking the same distance, we can mark those points as on the line. It is F, so we can mark it on F also. So that also will be 1 and 2, or you can name it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like that, and we can name it here as 5, 6, 7, 8 like that. Now similarly we can mark 4 and 3. 4 and 3, 4 will be on the point C, right? So 4 will be somewhere here and 3 will be somewhere here. Similarly 4 will be somewhere here and 3 will be somewhere here. So that we have obtained 4, 3 and 4, 3. So now if we draw the development, we can draw like this. We can connect 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, we can connect this later. Okay. Now see, we have obtained the development only for the portion 4 to 1 and 3 to 2, right? We haven't obtained anything for this portion. We only have obtained the development for 4 to 1 as well as 3 to 2. Okay, the corresponding 4 points we have obtained. And how can we construct this curve? How can we obtain the development for this curve? That is the important thing in this question. The method is, listen, draw a line from this point tangential to this curve, like this. Okay, you have drawn a line like this tangential to this curve. We have seen that that line intersect between A and B as well as between A and F at this point. So from that point draw a vertical line so that that line will intersect these 2 points. I hope all of you have understood. So what does this mean? What does this mean? It means that if we are able to take this position or mark this position on the development, how can we mark that point? Take this distance. Take this distance from A towards F and towards B. So from that A, mark that point. From that point A, mark that point F. Now, if we have drawn a line like this line indicates this line in the front view, or this line is the indicate here in the development. Okay, so from that draw a perpendicular, take this distance and mark from A to F as well as from A to F and draw another line. The same method can be adopted here also, so that we have drawn a line parallel tangential to this point obtained here, draw a perpendicular from there, so that we have obtained another 2 points here. That means from D to C and from D to E. Take the corresponding distance and mark from D to C as well as from D to E, so that now we have obtained 2 new generators. Okay, we have obtained 2 new, not generators, 2 new lines corresponding to the line here. On that line, we can obtain this point. In the development, on the 2 new lines, we can mark this point. How can we mark those points? How can we mark those points? The same method, the previous method. Transfer this point to the true length line. So we have obtained a new distance. Mark that distance in the new line. It will come around somewhere here, here, here and here. All the distance will be same. So take that distance, mark here. Take that distance, mark in the line through between D and E, between D and C, and between A and F. So that we have obtained new points. See, if this point is named as 5 and this point is named as 6, we have obtained 5 here and 6 here. Similarly, 5 here and 6 here. Now, see, from 1 to 4, the curve is like this. That means it is nearing to the apex. Okay. In this, it is nearing to the base. It is going to towards the base. So in that case, we can draw like this. But here, since it is going towards apex, this curve should be like this only. Understood? So connecting all this and keeping all these things in mind, we can connect this line. So, here also. Now, since this is a pyramid, connect this edges like this. These are the actual slant edges, so it should be drawn with thick lines. The other 4 we have obtained for as construction lines for constructing this development, so it should not be darkened. It should be drawn with a thin line. Okay, so this is the development of a pyramid with a hole. Some difference from the previous question is for obtaining these points, because after constructing the circle, we can see that that circle intersect 1, 2, 3, 4 points here, and similarly 4 points on the slant edge behind the pyramid. Okay, or behind the observer. So behind the pyramid. So we can mark those 4 points in the development as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also in this question, since the pyramid is placed with one of its base edges parallel to xy line, we need not have to obtain the true length, because the slant edge on the right side will be already the true length, because its opposite edge is parallel. And the circle is perpendicular in the front view. So in the front view, perpendicular, the axis of the circle is perpendicular to VP in the front view. So in the front view you can see the circle. So this is a corresponding circle. So we can obtain 1, 2, 3 and 4 as explained before. Now for obtaining these 2 points in the generator, draw 2 additional lines tangential to that line. Those lines will meet here. Draw perpendicular from here, so that it intersect 2 points here. Take this distance and mark the corresponding distance in the development, and mark the corresponding line also in the development. And now we have obtained two new points 5 and 6 draw the development here. In this case the curve is passing towards the base, so the curve should curve like this in the development also. Here it is passing towards the apex, so that curve should be bent like this. So I hope all of you have understood this question. Thank you.